Alright, so basically, let's say this is the defender. That's a shoulder, that's a shoulder. This block right here is the offensive player. Let's say they're set up at anywhere 15 degrees away from parallel. So this isn't exactly parallel, but I'd say it's 15 degrees away from parallel, shoulders wise. If this guy comes in, and let's say we got a 135 degree angle here, it's going to be very tough for this guy to flip his shoulders and fight over that screen. But compared to like a 70 degree angle, something like this, or like this, it's going to be a lot easier. So the rule of thumb that I was taught by my coach and that I've learned over time, 120 or so is like the limit. If it's 120 degrees or greater, the angle that your shoulders create with the screener's shoulders, you switch. So then you have this defender over here. This defender would then switch off onto this if they go over the screen or not. Now, the key to this is you need to place as the defender, you need to place yourself off of this screen so that this guy has the backside, and if they play help, then you can go back over. Like if this guy declines the screen, if this guy moves over here and then says no because he sees this, you have the angle to be here and drop into coverage if this guy decides to roll. And you have the option, if this guy declines the screen, goes back, you have the option to step up on him. So if it's at 120 degrees, that angle, you need to like fight over that screen. If it's anything less, it's not worth it. Now, my coach often said 105. When I was in high school, I wasn't big. I'm still not big. So, to make it easier, my coach went with 120. And that's kind of what I was trying to explain. Now, there's some players who are really good at this. One of the best players at fighting over the screen, like ever, is Gary Payton. Gary Payton's also one of the best on-ball defenders ever. But he was a mastermind at knowing where he needed to be to either collapse down, because like you're never fighting under the screen, but you can sit there and make the ball carrier make the decision, and you can lurk on that passing lane. And if your defenders off of this action are doing their job, they should be able to make a break on the ball. Now, if they're not doing their job, well, that's when you run into some problems. But you should be able to know when you need to fight over on this screen. That's kind of the idea of what I was explaining. Now, another, maybe a better player as like a forward, there's a guy like Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman is probably one of the smartest defenders ever. He had this down to a science. Now, he fought over some like 90s, like flat screens. Now, that's because Dennis Rodman's an athletic freak, but if you can, the general like low point is 120. If you can any person should be able to fight over a 120-degree screen. I'm like kind of stuttering here because it's not great at explaining things, but that's kind of what I'm gonna kind of what I'm explaining. I'm gonna post this on YouTube and they'll send it in.